Dear USA, all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans, I just want to have this as a generic civil justice sign off. Whatever I want for the civil justice, for I am displaying the USA government errors, public sector errors, private sector errors, and how USA government operations got destroyed, and for displaying the absolute monarchs scandal. I, Vethapriya PROSE, wanted these civil justice to be provided to me. Okay, so I'll just read this sign off so that it will be in all these other sessions. Okay, so for I, Vethapriya PROSE, native Indian tribe, Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem, and true owner of USA, and proved USA is Tamil Nadu, and I, Vethapriya PROSE, have highest impasse eligibility to lead USA. I must be the interim leader of USA now is civil justice served. And for I, Vethapriya PROSE, displayed USA government errors and the scandal of absolute monarchs to USA government. I, Vethapriya PROSE, for civil justice as in Holy Bible guidelines. I, Vethapriya PROSE, want United States of America nation to rename Lord Ripon Building in Tamil Nadu, India, after my name Vethapriya is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to become the Vatican leader now is civil justice served. And Pope Francis resigns abruptly now is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, become Supreme Chief Civil Judge for all nations, now is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, become Supreme Chief Family Law and Supreme Chief Children Judge for all nations is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to become Global Poverty Relief Medical Director Chief for all nations, to lead and guide World Bank, United Nations organizations, World Health Organizations, Center for Disease Control, Department of Children Families, Department of Health Services, Department of Justice, Department of Revenue, Department of Agriculture, Department of Imports Export, Department of Military in all nations across the globe is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to be the ambassador for all nations, starting with India, and I, Vethapriya PROSE, should get dual citizenship of USA and India now is civil justice served. And thank you all for your time. Take care, my dear fellow mankind. I sure will get civil justice for entire human kingdom in 1 minute. Thank you all for your time. Bye for now. They all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans. I hope we are all on the same page. That I'm providing the very crucial, very important civil justice sign-off for myself, and that is a multitasking. And as this civil justice is all about, the overview, I hope I will keep it short, right? It is all about the seafoods, and you all got it, right? So the farming, the seafood, when I was working on the Poverty-Free Earth end of the year 2030 volunteer project, I educated about the farming of the seafood worldwide, and how even the people in other countries, they do not get to eat those seafood, versus the United States of America only gets to eat that seafood. So you all got it, why my blood is boiling, right? Because worldwide I own all nations, be it India or Africa or South America. So if you're going to see, if you're going to see Europe nations, most of the Europe nations are island, the sea. So the seafood is very common among all the Europe nations, Asian nations. It's very common. So the meat, I would say the meat is not that common among at least the Asians, right? I'm talking about the India, like that. So the farming animals types are what? The seafood types, shrimp, right? And then here in USA, they have very few varieties of fishes, versus if you go to the India or Africa or any of the islands, they have long list of fishes. That means that's how you all know then why I also like seafood. Right? So, and shrimp is my favorite seafood, and crab is my favorite seafood, and a fish stew, any fish stew, and there are dry fishes also. Oh, it tastes so good, but generally, some people who eat the fish, they do not like the dry fish because it stinks a lot. Um, that's the way it is. So I like dry fish also, but people do not like it. So it's all common, and the dry fishes they process. They put the salt over the seafood and they just dry it out in the hot sun, and they get it naturally processed, and it is a rich source of vitamins, they say, and that's the way it is. Okay. That means the farming of the seafood ethical standards were also not followed, right? Like how Nike is created my blood drops in China or Tamil Nadu or so anywhere they prepare and then they brand it and they sell it for costly. The same thing goes for the seafood farming agriculture scam also. It's $1 trillion scam that's been going on for a while, long while. So, but then nobody could fix it. USA just could not fix it. So versus you here, we all the Americans get to eat all the seafood, which is really very. Why the seafood is very costly among the meat is people, the labor is provided, right? So I have to explain. The fisherman has to get into the boat, a fishing boat, and then go to the deep down sea, and then risk his own life there, right? When a cyclone hits all of a sudden, or an earthquake like tsunami like that comes, then the fisherman gets to die, right? So risk his job, and then he has to wait, and patience. Extra patience is also provided, right? Then they have to have that net, affordable net, and then they have to catch the fish and the seafood, and then they come back to the seashore. Means that much of labor they are providing, right? But then they are not getting help the rightful way. Back in Tamil Nadu, those fishermen are all treated as a low people. So they are not even given enough national benefits. So they have to live only in poverty. But then that same fishes that been brought by those low poverty fishermen who are my blood drops, right? These Indian governments and the Tamil Nadu, they sell it, they export it to countries, the European countries, nations. They make $1 trillion revenue, tax, right? Every single thing boils up to the tax, my dear fellow mankind. Every single thing. So, if you are going to see if you're going to see among the Americans, they hate seafood, isn't it? They just do not like. They are allergic to seafood. I don't know why. What's the reason behind it? But they just do not like seafood. That's my understanding, because their staple food is meat, beef, and pork. Their eyes will not even see any other meat, right? That's how their brain has been wired, right? But then they even mock at the seafood people, the seafood eaten by people. So that is how the brain they are being overwritten us. They think that seafood is so low, but they don't know how much of healthy fats and healthy nutrition and minerals these fishes have, right? So I educated that, and then it's still in the baby processing only, baby steps processing only, because it needs to be defined, and the farming of the seafood should be guidelined in a correct way, and it should have a fair trade logo, right? And the farmers must also be provided with the rightful help. It's all a multitasking I'm providing. So this, I was the only one. I stood up among the entire fishermen farming population, and I stood up and talked for them. I educated for them. I educated the national government, and I educated the population, because population never knew. All they go to the grocery, they shell out the dollars, and they bring back crab or lobster or shrimp or fish of any types, right? Or canned fish, and then they have it in their dinner. So they should know how on the earth they are able to get at least to eat a crab or a clam, all seafood that's been eaten. like lobster, like that. So people, first time they got educated, oh, really? Oh, that's when people started to think, oh, okay, this much labor is put on by the farmers who are strangers on the sea, risking their own lives, and then only we are able to eat a crab or a shrimp or a lobster, like that. So I provided that education first. Okay, but then there again the scandal was like a cancer, right? It was like different layers. So I also educated wild caught seafood comes under it's a healthy category. The wild caught fish or the seafood, it comes under the healthy category, right? But then when you're going to go for farming for the fishing, it can be shrimp farming or tilapia farming or fish farming. But then there again the scandal was provided either in China or Asian and Africa, anywhere, because they were not getting the rightful help from the agricultural things, and Monsanto on one side providing only toxin fertilizers, right? And then there again even fish needs food like you and me. Fish will not say, see, dear humans, you are doing farming business, and anyways we are going to get killed to be eaten as a food for the fellow man can only, please feed us healthy food. No, these fishes will never bother to beg because they cannot talk, right? These fishes are innocent people, right? They cannot talk. But then they have to eat whatever these farmers are going to feed them. Same like in poultry farming, whatever farmers are going to feed the chicken never knows what the chicken are going to eat. We get to eat the chicken in the form of chicken nuggets or fried chicken, like that. But I'm talking about the real hard labor that is the core labor provided by the farmers, right? Even before those meats are getting transferred into the truck to the grocery store, I'm talking about that processing of labor, hard labor. So one side I have to provide the farmer's part of it, and one side I have to provide how innocent these farm animals are, isn't it? So regardless of chicken, regardless of pigs, right, regardless of meat, the cows, they never, or goat. There are a lot of other meat like bison, and I don't know about whether they eat camel meat or not, but I leave all the other. I am aware in China they eat all different types of meats. I think they eat even dog meat also, but I don't know. So I just put the very common meats that's been eaten by the people worldwide, right? So these goats, they never knows that once when they are in the farming processing, one fine day they will be scapegoated. They have to be butchered. I already said how that happens, right? When a butcher is walking, the goat will, very loyal. It will be walking to it side by side with the butcher without any awareness. The butcher is going to butcher the head of the goat. So that's the innocence, right? Absolute innocence. And it's the same thing happens in the human kingdom also. That's why the abusive people work on to fool the innocent heart, the clean heart, because they know their cleanest heart. It's easy to exploit the innocent, right? So then in the scapegoating processing, one more time I want to repeat it, that this goat, they go behind the butcher, right? Where the goat will not be aware that they are going to be butchered. Okay, now it's going to the slaughtering or the butchering place. Then what happens? The butcher lifts a knife, isn't it? Even then these goats are so innocent, they'll just bow down as if they are going to do a favor for these butcher, not being aware it's going to die, right? It's going to die. Then when it's bowing, being so loyal to the butcher, the butcher anyway is going to chop it. Boom. And it died. And we all get to eat that meat only. Right? And back in Islam, back in India, the Islam people, they call it halal, or in Judaism they call it kosher. Okay? That means what? The meaning of that is you can pray and kill. Okay, so that is the meaning of it, and that is also there. That's also followed by Hinduism as well. Okay, so tell me, this is only one goat farming. So when all the time when it is living, when it's getting fed, even goat needs to be fed, right? Healthy meal, but it never asks the farmer, see, I am goat, right? I can provide feta cheese, which are loved by the Europeans. It's one of the common cheeses that people love it. You know, the blue cheese, the feta cheese, the goat cheese, the Gouda cheese, like that. See, it's very tasty cheese, isn't there? And also goat milk, also loved by people in Europe and other Asian countries. And it's all blood. It's blood of the goat only becomes the milk, right? But then when the farmer is feeding, if the farmers are going to feed a toxicated or genetic modified fertilizing food that's provided by Monsanto, what happens? The DNA and RNA structure, the cell structure of the innocent goats also getting changed. So can you all see the organic meat category versus the unconventional meat category is an absolute poison. So that means, can you see the crime of Walmart? So for how long the humans have been going to the Walmart and getting to eat only those unconventional hormones, toxins injected meat, thinking that that is a meat because no other go, right? Only for the past few years it got evolved, and there is a lot more in the organics aisle. People do not even think about the organic aisle because it's super costly, right? 1 pound of cow's meat, let's say if it is $10, it will be $30 or $50 in the organic aisle. So why would even people bother to even turn their eyes and look into the organic aisle? The brain will not even think about that, isn't it? But can you all see how from the farming to the farmers one side, to the farm animal scandal one side, and also the state tax, the federal tax one side, and the fat trading, the imports export scandal one side, and the retail scandal one side, and everybody got to eat their fair share of those dollars that is rightfully belong to the farmers and the poverty people after all. Can you all understand the real meaning of it? Yes, when we go and pay the dollar, and when we get a 1 pound of a beef or a pork or a fish or whatever, we think, okay, at least I know, and after educated people also know, right? Okay, these farmers are sweating their blood and providing that farming processing and providing this meat for us, so we pay the money rightful and let them get paid for their labor. But it all stops on the retail level itself. The farmers never get back whatever the investment or the capital they provided, or the salary, the benefits, everything gets blocked. I already said, like postmen being marked at, farmers marked at worldwide, even in USA, right? And you all know, if we are on the same page, people will just relate it to me. President Trump admin, again, they wanted to provide the farming services like this, like that. At least it's still in the baby steps only, but it's all because of my education only. So no, not even one farmer worldwide knew that I am the only one who is talking for them. I am the one who is a civil lawyer for them. I am the one who is a supreme judge for them. I am the one who is going to get the rightful medical compensation for entire farmers population worldwide. And also for the farm animals, right? They should be eating only healthy foods. The goat should be eating healthy food. When a civilian has to eat a healthy organic apple, an organic glass of milk, it is similar kind of a food only, but it will be according to the whatever animals can eat. How about grass? How about healthy food I'm talking about? But then the farming scandal is what? Just they get the farmers, they get whatever dollars from the government, and they misuse the dollars. Rather than feeding the goats and the animals in the healthy food, they just feed whatever they feel like, right? The poison provided by Monsanto. It's the same like how in a daycare, how there's a scandal, right? But for parents will only leave their babies at the daycare and go. They'll have the full blindest faith that they have been taken care of. Right? So whatever is something goes wrong, it goes wrong. So what went wrong in humanity? You all keep working on that, and on the other side, it's a puking time, isn't it? Yes, stylish way, just puke. Whatever you want to puke, just puke right on the face of Pope Francis, the absolute prostitute. He is the one who is the creator of all this hell. It is because of him the farmers are suffering worldwide. It is because of him the farmers had to work their sweat, their blood. Be it coffee farmers, be it tea farmers. It's all never easy labor. We all get to see the tea bags, fancy tea bags, fancy coffee cake cups, right? To get the nice brewing from the Keurig, the fancy coffee maker. Right? But how much of labor that it's been put onto that? The hard blood. They sweat their blood, right? And the cows in the farming, they never say, see, the farmer, see, when I die, that is it. I provide all help that's needed for the different species humans, from clothing to footwear, to the meat, to the milk. We are all drinking blood of cows only as milk, isn't it? That it's a proof that what is God's food is called as manna. I already educated, right? It is the female gender, the excellent caregiver means what? It is their body, their human system, their blood cells, it's transitioned as milk. And that milk exclusively given only by God. And it stops abruptly. Nobody knows when it stops. It stops. Then that's the way it is. But then, when all these toxins are injected to the plants and to the animals, the farm animals, we pay dollars, right? We never get it for free. We paid state tax, sales tax, and then federal tax. How many tax? Even among the tax, how many tax? Everything goes in the belly of the Queen Elizabeth II, the prostitute. This is the absolute behavioral pattern of how the prostitutes will fool the people. How people will fool the people. Here only frozen seafood. Back in Tamil Nadu, we used to get the fresh catch fish. You should cook that fish and eat it. You can see the difference. There is no other go. Here only frozen seafoods are available. What to do? We have to deal with that. But I think there are other states wherein they can get the live seafood, isn't it? Yes, my dear fellow mankind. What would you all have done if you all were running a Walmart or owning a Walmart? Can you see? Walmart cannot run and hide. It is in a very hot oil. It's a very hot seat. It cannot even say, see, the Republican government, the president government and all will only support Walmart. No, nobody can help Walmart because it fed poison to us, isn't it? The unconventional, the non-organic seafood, it's a poison. But we all have ingested those poison without any awareness. And we all got sick one way or the other. Some got regular headache. People never knew why they were getting always headache, out of the blue. Some were getting always puking. They don't know what went wrong. For some, the internal organs failure. They don't know what went wrong. Some getting diabetes because of the liver malfunction. Some were getting digestive issues. So nobody knew what went wrong. And if the pregnant women were consuming those foods, they were getting birth defect babies. They were wondering how on the earth all these are happening. Why? Nobody knew. Right? Then the babies become transgenders too. Nobody knew how. Why? It's a chromosomal disorders. When a male hormone is more, or for a female, or when a female hormone is more for a man, those things happen. So nobody knew. So can you all see how each and every single of the civilian got slaughtered one way or the other, and the eyes alone got fooled, right? When we all go into the grocery, the organic aisle seafood and the non-conventional seafood also look same. One and the same. But Walmart, in a brutal way, fatal, negligent way, they were feeding only poison to the population. That's the deadliest crime. I don't know, Walmart should be running fastest than all the other retails and must do it yourself, using do it yourself process, and must have locked up in the jail only by now. Locked up in the jail only by now. Because the moment it fed poison of any avatars to the population, it is a deadliest drug dealing processing classification. And you all know the drug dealing classification crime is all about, isn't it? It's done deal. Once when they go to the jail, they are done deal. That's all it happened. So that means the true drug dealers like Walmart and Amazon, the Costco, they are all allowed to live free for feeding poison to the population. Can you all see how the live truth, the raw truth I'm displaying about how and why exactly the justice is broken in pieces in USA? It's a very pathetic state, and the year is already 2021. This scandal is going on for 500 years, my dear fellow mankind. If you go to Costco, you're going to see all different lines of meat there. Not even one has the logo. Was it ethically fair trade logo will not be there for the meat or the poultry. Whether it is organically fed or whether it is wild caught, nothing. There's a difference between wild caught versus the farming part. Wild caught means they go to the oceans, the deep down seas, right, Pacific Oceans or Atlantic Oceans or Indian Oceans, and they go right in the middle of the ocean and they catch the fish and come back, risking their own lives. Now, anything can happen to them. So, what did I display in this civil justice? You all got it. You all don't have to talk out loud, right? It itself says it all. What civil justice is this session is all about. It's a seafood and farming and agriculture scandal. What is President Joe Biden going to say about that? So the Americans never even knew what is fish means. Imagine the pathetic state how the brains of Americans have been overwritten. Versus entire Europe nations, entire Asian nations, entire Middle Eastern nations, fish is one of the staple food. Fish is one of the staple food. When you cook it right, it tastes really, really good. So that means even Japan, China, they cook it different. Versus I'm talking about the Tamil Nadu cooking seafood is different. It tastes really good. You should have a nice hot rice and then the fish stew and fish fry. It's an excellent lunch. Tasty lunch. Easy to cook. But then, why all the scandal came? Can you all get it? Why exactly Walmart Costco, they all threw acid on my face. This is a behavioral pattern of how foolish people will react, right? I tore the mask. For 30, 50 years, this Walmart is a king ruling USA, right? Even today. Thinking that nobody can take the Walmart down. Because they are the purest puppets and prostituting with Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis, and they thought nobody can take down Pope Francis and Queen Elizabeth II, so Walmart can do any kind of a crap to the population, nobody will take down Walmart. There you go. This is one crime. So you're counting the crime? We all started with what? Okay, whatever we could remember. You go and review the earlier sessions. Nuts, milk, cheese, butter, then grains, legumes, lentils, right? And seafood. So as of now, $500,000 trillion, $500,000 trillion, $5,000 trillion, $500,000 trillion, that means 5 counts. So 5 counts of fatal, negligent and deadliest crime provided by Walmart. And I also provided, the basic essentials. I forgot that. Right? I already said it's not a joke. This is never a joke to feed a poison to the population. And with fatal negligence, Walmart did that only. And they became rich by destroying the human life's health, right? At the cost of creating healthiest, costly medication. Even if, without knowing that, the same people, when they get a headache, they just run to the Walmart to get the ibuprofen and pay dollars, tax, sales tax, and then federal tax without knowing anything. Crime in a crime. How disease is created in a life cycle. Just puke or even spit, whatever you want to spit. Just spit on the face of the Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis. Let them be fried in ashes in that spit itself. Are they humans? Now, I also proved how Dr. Fauci and Dr. Blinks provided the scam, isn't it? The COVID-19 is a scam. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, COVID-19 is absolutely a scam. They got the salary of $1 million. And I want, for whatever COVID-19 created, I want USA to pay me $2 trillion because 2 foolish people they produced, right? I just cannot live with this kind of foolish people. Because they'll be going on creating foolish after foolishness, and I just cannot tolerate it. I already just cannot tolerate it that my fellow mankind got impacted by this kind of a scandal worldwide. I'm super mad at Dr. Fauci. Right? Is he a human? With whatever mask, the $1 trillion revenue that USA made in just 365 days in last year alone, if only that one part of that $1 trillion revenue was allocated and budgeted correctly and given to all the sea farming farmers for their basic essentials, for their farming tools. Farming tools means what? They need an affordable boats, isn't it? How healthy that process would have been. That means you and I, when we are having a shrimp, when we are having a crab, when we are having a seafood, we also will be happy that, oh yeah, the farmers are getting their free housing, the farmers are getting the free national benefit, the farmers are getting healthy salary. You go, you grow, I grow, we all grow. That is how it should be. It's a team. We all one family, isn't it? Why that feeling, that education was not provided? Not by theologians. They are the highest level of prostitutes is identified. Right? So, you all got it. I'm displaying the live crime. The USA should not work on any other task. Rather, just sign off the civil justice and sign off the job offered to me because I know to fix everything. I know to take care of the farmers as my own family. Because I know they are my blood drops, isn't it? My blood is still boiling, my dear fellow mankind. Only here you could see the shrimp, but the big ones, right? The jumbo shrimps or the medium-sized shrimps or whatever. But there we used to, growing up years, it used to be very small. So then that means the agriculture abuse is proved, isn't it? Like how the chickens are made to be boiled chicken, meaning it will be young. Chicken more like toddler's age only, chicken, but it will be mandated to look like an adult. That's called as a boiler chicken. Within 5 days, it will happen. From chick to that boiler chicken transition, it will happen within a week's time or less than that many time frame. How much of abuse? On the other hand, when we all get to eat the organic chicken, when it is chick and then grows roam in the farms and then grows up, and then when we get to eat, then that is healthy meat. Versus the boiled chicken, it is injected with a lot of toxins and hormones, right? And we get to eat that, and our DNA and our RNA gets alternated. People become infertile, right? People will see they are only healthy, why they cannot become pregnant? Nobody knows. Doctors will say, sorry, pray to God, like that. Infertility medical cost is costliest medical services here. Even rental surrogate pregnancy is costliest. Abuse of power, abuse of human system as a machines. So there again, only when they become infertile, then the people run to the doctors to get pregnant, isn't it? Prostitution cycle. How doctors are prostitutes after all, for the business. When it is a bottom line, it's a noble job to save a life of humans and living things, right? That is what the doctor's job is all about. But they polluted that, and there is a proof. Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks proved it. Yeah, we doctors are the boss, we can do all kind of crap and we get to live free. They're living free, isn't it? They have created this COVID-19 crap and they're living free. It's not only one human they impacted. The impact was worldwide, right? 7.9 plus billions of humans got impacted by the one foolish act of Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks. It was never created in Wuhan, China, sorry. It's a hidden message to say that it's all going to be a tax war. And you all know, when people and the nations and the government says they cannot pay tax, you all know what Queen Elizabeth will do. She'll kill everybody. It's known worldwide, isn't it? But here now it's a science and technology era. She cannot do that. Otherwise she'll be on the spot fried in ashes. So she knows. She's so super cunning, isn't it? So she provided the key to the Dr. Fauci to do this kind of a crap. And he got paid $1 million. Israeli, I don't know whether it is Israeli government or Zionism government or whatever crap, they paid him $1 million. And this is how the Islam and Judaism have been providing all the scandals. So Holocaust is a scandal after all. I already said, right? The USA is an innocent nation. They were thinking whoever addressing themselves as Judaism, they are all white skin and sharp nose, sharp features on the face people only. They all have fancy Christian names only. So USA got fooled. I already said I'm not worried about why USA gave the 1 million or the Holocaust survivors the dollars to the Judaism. Because even in that adulterated mode, they are my blood drops only. I know the innocence behind there. It is Pope Francis who destroyed their brains. So those population in the Judaism world and the Islamism world are purest form of personification of innocent. I am aware of that as a true civil doctor. But then I have to explain why USA provided that crime, right? It's a crime. It should have provided that rightful money, the same $1 million, to the true Israelites. It never provided that. You know who are the victims on that? Tamil Nadu. Yes, my dear fellow mankind. You all keep working, who am I? Just keep working, who am I? Why exactly India fears me? Why exactly Islam, Judaism world population fears me? I'm talking about the population. I'm not talking about the crap, the Judaism leaders, the Islam leaders. They are the super prostitutes, isn't it? They all must get out of the earth immediately. So this seafood is all about what? The deadliest trading scandal, the tax scandal, right? Now you all got it. It's not only when you're going to go to the Walmart, that's a seafood. It's a basic essential. We need to have that omega-3 fatty acid that comes only from the fish. Vegans, they do not get that. They just live without eating meat. And some people, they cannot stand the smell of the fish. They just cannot. And Americans cannot handle the smell of the fish. That is one of the reasons that can even trigger them to restrain from eating fish. Not aware of how nutrition values the fish has. So, when people are going to have every single day the red meat, the chicken, the pork, every single day, that can create a havoc. When it can create a havoc and when it cannot. So that's when that organic food comes into the picture. When you're going to eat that organic meat, you're going to see the taste, how tasteful the meat is. So it is a scandal. So I have to provide the civil justice, isn't it? So it's a multitasking. One side I get the civil justice, one side I get the job offer, one side I get the salary, one side I'm displaying the government errors, one side I'm displaying the crime of Walmart. After 50 long years or 30 long years, it is going to be thrown in the jail, right? Because by default it was feeding only poison to the population. That is a crime. It comes under the drug dealing classification code. Walmart cannot run and hide. Walmart just cannot run and hide. We all got ingested with the poison, isn't it? One way or the other. Without any awareness. What if we all know, we all got educated about this, we would have disciplined the Walmart long time back. People would have disciplined the Walmart long time back, right? Federal government is going to ask the question to the Walmart. Hey Walmart, how on the earth you can feed the poison to the population? Federal government will ask. State government will ask. Queen Elizabeth is not going to come to help because already she's been handcuffed and I mandated her to kneel down in front of Tamil Nadu. Right? After how many long years? Oh wow. Not 1 year, not 100 years, not 500 years. After thousands of years, I mandate the prostitute Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis to kneel down right in front of the Tamil Nadu. That's a reason, long reason behind it. You all might be wondering why this lady is super foolish or stupid, why she's doing this. But that's the reason behind it. By now you might have got that message clearly, right? Oh, when Vethapriya says there's something behind it. Yes, that is real meaning behind it. You all will know it. I will reveal it one by one. Be patient. That much crime is there, my dear fellow mankind. That many crime is there. You all puke. Just puke on the face of Queen Elizabeth II. She will die from that puke itself. And we all, USA government, all USA government have to do is just pick up and throw Queen Elizabeth in the volcano, in the ashes. That's all. Is she a woman? The cursed one, the hell creator, the Lucifer, the Antichrist. Just because Queen Elizabeth II's grandson is in United States of America, United States of America cannot back off punishing her. No, that's not justice, isn't it? That's never, my dear fellow mankind. You all got it, isn't it? One more time. Just because Queen Elizabeth II's grandson is in United States of America, she cannot get away free. Can you all see how the scandal is exponentially increased? They can think that they can live free by thrashing people in ashes. There is no God. They mock God. They are Islam after all. They are paganists. They are deadliest paganists. What did I educate? These absolute monarchs' blood cells level, they're dangerous to the human kingdom. They'll do whatever. So yeah, this Queen Elizabeth II will get the disgraceful death in the whole entire human kingdom. And that will be in history. It will be gone. People will forget Queen Elizabeth II once when she's gone in ashes. It's clearly written in the Holy Bible, word by word. So what exactly went wrong? What went wrong? What would you have done if you were Queen Elizabeth II? What would you all have done if you were Pope Francis? What would you all have done if you all were owning Walmart? Work on those answers. Work on those answers. So can you all see the scandal in the live form? Live avatar, I'm displaying everything. Queen Elizabeth II cannot run here and there. She's frozen, isn't it? She's frozen. She's frozen. Right? She's frozen. These are all the attributes, the behavioral patterns of how prostitutes will behave. It's a behavioral pattern after all. Right? It's one and the same. It's not only today she was destroying fellow mankind, right? For her, it is a sadistic happiness mode. She enjoys, Queen Elizabeth II, she enjoys the sufferings of fellow mankind. That itself is a display of disability, malfunction of brain, right? Never innocent, at fault. Creator of disease, creator of hell, destroyer of national operations, right? I said all the family members, down to the great-grandchildren, they all can live free, but they must pay the tax forever. That is why they are allowed to live free. This is the exact sentence I provided when I provided the education, and people will relate it. Oh yeah. This lady, yes, this is Vethapriya, confirmed. Boom. Nobody educated that, isn't it? I was the only one educated that. That is enough for the proof. And today I proved it, isn't it? Pope Francis is not a pope. Pope Francis is a Roman king hero who created Judaism to destroy exclusively through Christianity. He created the Islam to destroy the true Christianity. And he did it in a very successful way, right? You're not seeing, right? And how it's got proved that Israeli something. I just saw the Israeli word and I got it. The scam all about the puzzle, I'm a true cop, isn't it? A true cop needs a dot. That is all is needed to nail on the true crime. I nailed it down. He got a $1 million salary for just destroyed the holy year of 2020 just because I filed a lawsuit against Department of Health Services. He got paid salary for that. Even by default, Dr. Briggs must also be paid with a salary. They think there is no God, so they can live whatever way they can. These people, they enjoy the sufferings of the people. They cannot sleep without enjoying the sufferings of the people. They have to see the bloodshed. They have to see the sufferings, only then they can sleep. That is how much destroyed their brains are. What would you all have done? Okay, it is 48 minutes. But it's still worth it, right? Because see, farming, it's a farming business. It comes under the agriculture classification. So I just displayed the real detailed level of the scandal. How farmers are abused, or farmers are abusing the farming services. How the farming animals gets abused when they cannot talk. They are innocent animals, right? People, they cannot take that for granted. Oh, animals cannot talk, so we can do whatever crap. Nobody will ask. No, I am there. I am the soldiers for all the farm animals and the circus animals and the zoo animals and worldwide animals. Watch and see, I will get civil justice for everybody. I already said even for dust I will get the civil justice, isn't it? That's what the true owner of a nation will do. When we walk on the road, we should know, when we seeing the dust and the sand, they are all holy. They provide oxygen for us as a team processing, right? Though they might look non-living thing, the sun, the rocks, the sand, the cement, the concrete road, the tar road, they all are helping us only. What obligation does the rocks and sands have to help a different species like you and me? Nothing, right? We never did anything to them, except we stomp on them only and we walk on the road, isn't it? We stomp on the rock and we walk. We stomp on the sand and we walk. Sand never says, oh see, don't stomp on me, it's hurting. But we still keep walking. Right? And that's the way it is. That's how the ecosystem functions. We have to eat the animals in the rightful proportion. Otherwise, the animals will be more and there will be imbalance of the oxygen and the carbon dioxide processing. There will be imbalance. To make it balanced, that is why we people also eat meat. When we are living in the house, then we will know the plants are butchered, the plants are genocide every single day, the plants are martyred every day, right? Without any war. Plants never beg, hey, please your population, do not chop us off. No. Even when you're counting your dollars, it's created from the plant, right? When you're seeing a dollar note, dollar bill in your hand, you should know it is a plant. But then when we all get to use the swiping cards, right? So people brain not works correctly to think how a dollar's bill, the money, currency is even created from the paper that is created from the plant kingdom. So every single day we are killing plants and then we are living. We are living only because of the plants and animals are getting killed. What humans are going to repay, how humans can repay the kindness, the thankfulness, the thankful heart to that plants and the animals. How humans can do that? You all work on that assignment. It's never a rocket science, right? I educated when humans are being humans enough. When humans never knows how to hurt humans enough. When humans knows to display only clean love enough to say thank you to the plants and thank you to the animals who are every single day dying and giving us food to eat, clothing to wear, to cover our nudity. We humans should not be even wearing clothing. That itself is a separate $1 trillion scandal and the cost, isn't it? How we humans ended up wearing clothing. It is because of the Pope Francis, the Satan. Right? It is because of the Pope Francis, the Satan. Proved it. I proved it. So when the clothing cost is not enough, footwear cost is not enough, this Dr. Fauci also mandated mask cost for everybody. Do they have that federal poverty chart? Do they have the COVID-19 mask cost expense? No. There is a long crime on that itself. Right? Because the software world is broken, right? They just cannot add a new line in between and patch it up. No, everything will crash. So they created this scam. I want USA to pay me $1 trillion, $2 trillion for that scam alone. And the seafood farming scandal, $500,000 trillion direct deposit in my bank account. I do not want Walmart to talk to me. Walmart has to pay me that $5,000 for the robocall poverty mandate. It's all interlinked. It's all linked with each other. Got it? In a spider web of scandal. They knew, Walmart knew that I will ask this question to them. They threw acid to me in the form of robocall poverty mandate and mandated me to the poverty. So don't you all think that I should get the rightful $5,000 deposit to my bank account first? And whenever I should be getting everything free from Walmart grocery forever, lifetime free. And once when I get the job, I can even say, I want whoever steps into the Walmart to get free grocery. Rather than me getting free grocery, who are stepping into the Walmart, let them all get free grocery for Walmart threw acid on me. I can ask that for a civil justice. Nobody will dare to ask why I'm asking for that as a civil justice. Right? But you all should know the severity level of the crime I'm talking about. President Joe Biden is still joking and he's not, I don't know whether he's aware of all these crimes, the severity of these crimes. He will just puke, faint and pass out only. And all along, even now, I'm displaying why exactly President Trump is innocent. He's never a lawyer. That's why he's innocent. Simple as that. Out of the blue, he just got into that politics, that's all. He just enjoyed that 4 years and he made a hell lot of money out of it. Because he's a businessman, he knows how to make money. So nobody can tell anything about that. That's the way it is. Businessman sees only dollars every second. If they are not going to see a dollar every second, they will faint and die. He made a lot of income out of it for the past 4 years and he left the White House coolest and he is the happiest person in the earth right now. Laughing out loudest, being aware how I am frying President Joe Biden when nobody was able to fry President Joe Biden. I'm frying President Joe Biden. Nobody is there to help President Joe Biden because the crime is skyrocketing. Walmart fed poison to the population, and what medical compensation USA is going to provide? I mandated Walmart to kneel down in front of 300 millions of population in USA alone and worldwide also. And I can ask Walmart to puke all the dollars it took from that rightful belong to the population. And I can mandate USA to pay $1 trillion medical compensation to each civilian worldwide. And this is exclusively for the retail scandal alone. COVID-19 scandal, that is separate. So that is why we should not merge any crimes together. Even if it's a long process, you all must know why the crimes are getting accumulated. It's a fatal negligence, isn't it? But you all know, on a very average level, there are never monsters of the Walmart. I do not want all the people who are working for Walmart to quit. If they're going to quit, they're going to end up somewhere in the retail shopping only, because that's how they gain talent. They will look at around that route. And any retail is a prostitute. I said Walmart is just an umbrella, that's all. And even if you are going to get into the Amazon for healthy wages or whatever programs they're providing, that's a prostitute. Amazon is also a prostitute. Wherever people are going to turn 360 degrees, they are going to end up in a prostitute. That is a crime. Pope Francis made it. He made all of us to be dependent. I already said, when Walmart is going to be shut down, every single operation of USA will be shut down. I froze. USA is frozen mode after all. When we are all heading up to the healthy spring season, USA is frozen mode. Meaning USA cannot escape the justice process for the crime USA provided. No. The seafood farming is just only one crime, right? Out of all the retail is an ocean. They make trillions of dollars every day for a revenue. Filthy riches, people. I can ask the Walmart CEO and the Amazon CEO to just get out of their mansion and just sleep on the road next to the homeless, right? I do not want that. That's not the civil justice for me. For me, stylish civil justice, $500,000 trillion cheapest medical financial pay. You pay. You either roll on the road or stand upside down or accuse me, curse me, wish me dead. Pay $500,000 trillion. I never asked Walmart to feed poison to me or to any of my fellow mankind. Did you all ask? Did you all ask? Did you all went and begged Walmart, we love only Walmart, retail Walmart. Please provide poison to us. We will pay for that poison, we'll get sick, and we'll also pay, we'll come run knowing to the pharmacy, and we'll also get the over the drug counter drugs also for you. We'll make you rich, Walmart. Please. Like that. Did you all beg? I never begged. I never asked for Walmart crap. Did you all beg? No, right. So who is Walmart to feed poison to the population? The moment it is feeding non-organic foods, that is a poison. It creates birth defects, it creates type 2 diabetes, it creates heart failure, it creates lung failure, it creates liver digestive infections, infertility, cancers, birth defects, hormonal disorders, what not? Aging faster. So what is Walmart going to say about that? It is a drug dealer, a deadliest drug dealer right under the nose of Republican government, right under the nose of Democrat government only. This true criminal Walmart is living free. when innocent people are thrown in jail for no reason. Got it on the scandal on a different level. White skin cop, their job is only to grab all the colored or African Americans and throw in the jail. That's all their job is. But this Walmart, for feeding the poison to the white colored skin people, to the black colored skin people, to the colored skin people, and creating diseases for them, the drug dealers, the deadliest, venomous, poisonous prostitutes, Walmart, gets to live free. Gets to live free. Gets to live free. For that scandal provided, the robocall poverty provided, I should be getting lifetime free shopping from Amazon, lifetime free for any retail. I have to step in, I have to get anything free only for whatever crime they provided. So with my civil justice sign off, everybody is going to get the same help, isn't it? It's my thing, it's my time. I can ask you as a government, okay, instead of providing me to have everything free in any grocery, provide the same for entire 7.9 plus billions of humans. Let USA go crazy, right? Because before feeding that poison to the population, the USA government, the USDA agriculture operations, and the FDA Food and Drugs and Administration, they should have thought they cannot create this poison to the population and they cannot get away to live free. No, they cannot. Just because Queen Elizabeth II is ruling USA, they cannot think that they will be free. Crime is a crime, right? So, this overall of this entire farming of seafood scandal is what? $1 trillion scandal, and the overview I provided for that education is 1 hour 4 minutes, which I already provided long time back. I'm providing it one more time. I'm repeating. People need proof, isn't it? People want to relate. Right? Oh, yeah. We remember that lady. Yeah, she was talking about the farmers for the seafood. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like that. That is why I have to tell this overview. Poverty-Free Earth End of the Year 2030 Volunteer Project. It is God made me to work on that project, and it is the foolish people threw acid on me. They provided crucifixion on me in different versions, and whose name is glorified now? It is God's name is glorified, isn't it? That is the wisdom. That is the wisdom. And I will quickly read through the civil justice, okay? So that runs short. It's just the overview part of it that takes time. For I, Vethapriya, PROSE, proved scandal of absolute monarchs and proved Pope Francis' Roman Empire King hero as of February 2021. Any salary as in tax-free billions of dollars, USA government can provide effective immediate using direct deposit to my bank account to I am that I am, Vethapriya PROSE, native Indian tribe, Israelite tribe, Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem, true owner of all nations worldwide, can help me. Scandal phases of Republica, Europe nations worldwide. Republica at fault found guilty, prostitutes of at fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA-Republica government, and at fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA Democrat government, USA-Fcc, USDA, FDA retails basic essentials types, genetic modified seafood agencies. Nations created robocall poverty mandate is proved and enforced poverty disabled to I, Vethapriya PROSE on October 2018 for Republica government of USA prostitute to steal the rightful Supreme Court judge of USA job according to on October 2018 that rightful belonged to Vethapriya PROSE. So civil justice law must be provided without any delay. The $1 trillion scandal of the farming of the seafood worldwide comes under the domestic violence and comes under the classification of breach of duty, intentional infliction of emotional distress, causation and injury, battery and types, assault and types, false imprisonment and types, trespass to land and types, trespass to chattels and types. So I, Vethapriya PROSE, true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge, own the text for ongoing civil justice sign-off, at fault found guilty of fatal fatal negligence, USA Republica government and USA Democrat government, as in USA-FCC, USDA, FDA, retails basic essentials error, genetic modified seafood and organic seafood agencies nations created robocall poverty mandate and fatal negligence, failed to educate. USA cannot create robocall poverty mandate and by default created Republica, USA robocall poverty mandate to I Vethapriya PROSE, true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil Supreme Judge and Republican government, GOP leader Mitch McConnell, President Trump, Supreme Court Judge Brett Kavanaugh in October 2018 is enforced poverty mandate to I Vethapriya PROSE abruptly on October 2018, and Republican government of United States of America took away $4,500 on October 2018 abruptly and enforced finance debt of $10,000+ since October 2018, October 2019, October 2020, and as of today, February 2021, to I Vethapriya PROSE, enforced finance disability to I Vethapriya PROSE abruptly. It is crime for at fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA Republica government of USA government, USA retails basic essentials, USA-FCC, USDA, FDA error is genetic modified seafood and organic seafood agency nations created robocall poverty mandate is proved. And when ruling USA, they never educated USA, should never provide enforced poverty to I Vethapriya PROSE. So civil justices, I Vethapriya PROSE want Citibank CEO to pay off my debt $10,000+ and sign off tax-free $5,000 and at fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA Republica government and USA Democrat government, USA-FCC, USDA, FDA, retails, basic essentials, error, genetic modified seafood and organic seafood created robocall poverty mandate with fatal negligence, so must sign off tax-free $500,000 trillion to be direct deposited to my bank account for all types of damages done by selfish, cunning Islam, Judaism, absolute monarchs types, wild endangered species and health creators, and at fault and found guilty, Holy Highness God of USA, Queen Elizabeth II, Pope Francis and Republican government of USA will provide needful help accordingly to be in the same page. And yes, my dear fellow mankind, this session went 1 hour and 9 minutes. And yes, you all got it, right? You all must get your birthrights to know. You all have the birthrights to know that there is a deadliest scandal that's going on in the farming agriculture services worldwide. And I displayed all the crime. And it is Pope Francis and Queen Elizabeth II creating all this hell. It's also proved. And I must get rightful salary from USA immediately because I'm in finance crisis. I'm unemployed and I need money. And I'm asking whatever that is rightful belong to me. Right? Thank you all for your time. Take care. Bye for now.